You're watching Experience Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome back. It is Fatjack's Comicrypt, and we're here to sell you some books. So, first of all, I want to acknowledge everyone who is hanging out with us here today. I appreciate all of your company. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to the most important member of our little crew here, and that is my sweet, sweet, beautiful dog, Parker Posey. Hey, Parker, how you doing, sweetie? Yeah, she's taking a nap right now, so just believe me, she's here. Also, we have Banana himself, Jason, hanging out. Mike B is back over there, and Mr. Lamazov, Dave himself is he's back there. I think he was eating some dinner, so he'll be out here in a little bit. So welcome to everyone who is joining us. Hello, Zaynan. Good to see you. Always good to see you in the chat. Yes. Okay. So don't worry. I've heard the questions about the Space Ghost. We will get to that. It looks like you're a smart man. In fact, let's just throw it out there right away. Before we even started today, two books didn't even make it onto the show. What's up, Mr. Bishop? How you doing? Gary, what's happening? Hello, everybody. So two books didn't make it on the show. Both of them are first appearances. Well, actually, one of them is a contested first appearance. In fact, that's what I was most looking forward to, having the book. I didn't know if it would sell or not, but I was most looking forward to having the book on the show because I wanted to get into the debate with everybody over what is a first appearance and what is a cameo appearance. Yes, and this book that we are talking about, a book that we can't even sell because it's already been sold. He says his name. That's a first. It's a full body shot. The book that we are talking about is, we were very fortunate here this weekend for a very brief moment to have a copy of Incredible Hulk 180. No, not 181, 180. Now, the big controversy between Incredible Hulk 180 and 181 is which one is actually the first appearance of Wolverine. Now, for the longest time, going back to the 80s, if you were to look into an Overstreet price guide, 181 was first appearance, and 180 for the longest time had the same amount of value as 179, 178, 177. I mean, like, it was like the industry and, the price guide people and everything didn't even consider 180 a cameo. I'm not even sure if cameos were even, first cameos were even a big thing yet. That would come later.
Advertisements or cameos? I'd rather
yeah.
do that. Because using other books.
Gary, we're going to get to that in a moment, because trust me, first of all, I want to apologize for our last show. I was terrible. So we're going to talk a little bit more. We're going to try to sell some books, but let's have a conversation as well. And one thing that we are definitely going to talk about is the Eagles going to the Super Bowl and that 49ers game. So Fred's coming in here. 182 has a single panel flashback, and I hold that up as the first appearance. Okay, because it's a flashback. So in actual continuity, I mean, like, technically, I guess that one panel flashback in 182 does take place before 180 and 181. Anyway, yeah, so it was one of those things where, if anyone's been paying attention to the market on Incredible Hulk 180 and 181, 181 at this point is getting a little crazy in some of its value. We're at a point now where 181 high grade copies you can get around like $10,000 to $12,000. Parker, come here, baby girl. Parker, he was literally just giving you treats, and now you're gonna bark at him. Did Dave surprise you by coming out of the back room? Parker, go get Jason. Parker, go get Jason. Go get Jason. So 181, yeah. At this point, high grade copies are costing like 12 grand or so. So what's happening is, I think a lot of people, and we've talked about this a lot on the show, a lot of people are starting to get priced out of certain books. So a lot of people are now shifting to 180, and now 180 high grade copies of 180 are starting to sell for like 4,500 to 5 grand. It wasn't that long ago you could have got a high grade copy of 180 for $1,000, $1,500, you know, something like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, Parker, everyone's saying hello to you. Parker's barking and saying hello to everyone back. I don't know if anyone can hear her. But anyways, we were we were lucky enough. A gentleman came in and, you know, he was like, here, do you want this box of books? And I went, sure, I'll take a box of books. And in that box of books was a low grade, let's just be honest, it was a low grade copy of Incredible Hulk 180 with the Marvel value stamp, Cyclops, all complete. It was very well loved. In fact, we're going to have a few books, mostly 70s Bronze Age Marvel. They're going to be up on the show here tonight. You're going to notice most of them at best maybe are like a low mid grade, but most of them are low grade. So they're going to be very affordable. Let's just be honest, because this gentleman really enjoyed and loved his books. So there we go. All right. Cameos and whatever else have been invented, so speculator dude bros can say they have something. Yes, I believe that is true. But here's a funny thing about it, especially I think more than any other first cameo, first appearance controversy, the Incredible Hulk 180 and 181, bar none, unless somebody in the chat has a better example, but I'm pretty sure, bar none, this is the pinnacle of this controversy. Because for a lot of us of a certain generation, I imagine you grew up or you were a 20-something-year-old dude or a 30-something-year-old dude who really loved, buying trading cards. But back in the early 90s, Marvel put out all of their Marvel trading cards and stuff like that. And one of the things they would have on the back of the card, you'd have the character, and then on the back of the card, it would have like stats and like a little bit of an origin. And what they would always do is they would have first appearance. They would say what the book is, and they would show you the cover. Well, the first two Marvel series cards from 1990 and 1991, if you got a Wolverine trading card, his first appearance was labeled Incredible Hulk 180. So there you go.
Let's put it out there.
Yeah, the great
92. Oh.
Gary, I think that's a very good point. Yeah. And again, it's all semantics and everything like that. And as we've said before here, it's not for us to define what is or is not. More than anything, the market and the way that people spend their money is what inevitably begins to shift the semantics around some of these books and everything like that. But anyway, for that gentleman who is nice enough to give me an Incredible Hulk 180, it didn't make it on the show because the moment anyone saw that thing, people were climbing up my butt to get their hands on it. So it was nice knowing you, Incredible Hulk 180. I'll probably never see you again. No, Fred, Amazing Spider-Man #1 was not the first appearance of Spider-Man. I know it was a joke, but we don't lie here on the Fatjack's Comicrypt live stream show. We are all seriousness, no fun and games here. As anyone who watched 2 weeks ago, there ain't no fun and there ain't no games. It's just book selling. So no -1. You know what? That would be funny if the market began to decide that the first appearance of a character. Before Wolverine. No, I'm thinking more like if there's ever a flashback to a character being born, that's the first appearance. Yeah. That was a big argument for a long time. But what was that? Uncanny X-Men 203 was the argument because it was the first appearance of Cyclops' baby. And so for a while, there was all this debate. Is that the first appearance of Cable? Because technically he was a baby. Yeah. Are there premium school bus seats?
They've done that in Batman a little bit, where it's first Batman chronologically or first Bruce Wayne chronologically.
Okay.
and they
All right.
always specify chronologically. Which
Yeah,
is
I guess the
required
chronological.
thing,
That's
because we couldn't come up with anything current.
See, I want the first appearance to be Bruce Wayne the first time he went to college and took a criminal justice class, because that's the beginning. That's the true beginning of Batman. No, no, nope, nope. Nope. Criminal justice class is the first appearance of Batman, not the business major. That's the first appearance of Bruce Wayne. Get it right, Jason. All right. The second book that we do have another copy of it, and I apologize, this was asked very early. I'm gonna get to this because I want to mitigate expectations. We were very fortunate enough to have 2 copies of this book, a book that I've never really seen before. It is a book that a high grade copy is easily $1,000. Crazy, right? These copies aren't even good. They're like good minus or like fair. Yeah. Now, the good minus copy, so low grade copies of Space Ghost #1. That's right. Space Ghost. Space Ghost #1 from 1967 is the first appearance of Space Ghost in comic books. Like I said, it is a book that is easily, high grade copies are selling somewhere between $900 to $1,200. Okay. Boom. Right there. Low grade copies are selling somewhere between $100 and $150. Now, the condition that the 2 copies that I had of Space Ghost #1, one of them was I made it a good minus. I mean, we were missing a chunk from the top corner. Zanin, I got you, buddy. I will get to that in a moment. Yeah. So yeah, Dave.
There's one little notation. It's not 1967. It's 1966. If you look on the first page.
Okay.
State 1966.
Well, because I don't disagree with you. In fact, I'm gonna throw this out there. I don't know who's right or wrong, because when I was doing when I looked it up, the copyright was 66, but the publishing history of it made it seem like it actually came out in February of 1967 is when it actually hit the stands. So again, I don't know if anyone, I mean, you're Dave, in all honesty, when it comes to this stuff, I lean more towards your expertise than whatever BS is floating around in my drug-addled mind. So
you're right, because what happened is a number of places, official places, have had it listed at one time at 67.
Okay.
Then they moved it back to 66.
266. Okay, yeah. So the debate is like, when did this Space Ghost #1 actually come out? 1966 or 1967? All right. Let's just go with somewhere in one of those years.
Depends if you live in Australia.
Yeah.
Or in LA.
Now, in all fairness, the copy that we did have, which was a good minus, somebody grabbed before the show started. That was an $80 book. The one that we still have up here, I'm going to be real honest with you, and I got to be straight. It was even weird pricing this at $30, but I'm telling you, like, okay, so this copy of Space Ghost #1 that I have here, it's been taped back together. It's missing a big lower left hand corner or right hand corner, whatever, the corner of the book. I mean, this thing is fair at best, but it is complete. I mean, so technically, and again, it's only $30, which I gotta be honest, I felt was genuinely fair. Yeah, I get it. Boom, boom. Oh, real quick, I do want to point out, because we didn't get into the business quite yet. Pretty much all of the books that we're going to have time for on the show tonight are not part of the 50% off sale. They are all priced as marked. Okay. So technically the 50% off back issue sale is still going on at the 2 Fatjack's locations. Now I'm starting to hear rumors that we're getting close to that coming to an end. Obviously, once any of us knows when it's going to end, we'll let you know. Or maybe we'll all find out together when we walk in one day and the back issue 50% off sales signs are all gone, and that'll be the moment that we all know it's over. But I just want to be clear, because the past few shows that we have had a lot of 50% off books. These are not part of that. They're all part of recent collections and issues that we've that have come into our possession very recently. So they're new additions to our back issue stock. So again, they are all as marked. And tonight we're going to have a lot of Dark Horse Star Wars. We are going to have a bunch of Detective Comics. Like I said, some Bronze Age Marvel, little Bronze Age DC. Excuse me. Some of you probably already see some of that already up there. We got a few Simpsons comic books. We even have 2 interesting Animaniacs we'll talk about. So again, we got a bunch of stuff that we will get to. For anyone who does claim anything tonight, you can pick the books up here in Philly, our Philly Center City location, or you can pick them up over in our Oakland, New Jersey shop. Or if you need us to ship the books to you, please contact our email, fjccshow@gmail.com, and Henry will take care of you. So that's how we're going to get your shipping and contact information. That's how Henry sends out the invoices, how they do the whole PayPal and whatever other ways that they do payment. Okay, we will get to the Dead Man, but I do have to get to, I think Zanin, he claimed one of the Strange Tales. Which one was that? Strange Adventures, excuse me. Strange Adventures 214. So that is the main priority. So we will get to that. Okay. Let me think. Is there anything else I'm missing, like business wise? I don't believe. Oh, yes. We do have a giveaway, tonight. And the best way to get this giveaway is in the chat, #HammerTime. And
What's his name?
So what we're giving away tonight is the only 2 issues. Now, again, raise your hand if anyone not only remembers this show from the 80s, but actually watched it as it first aired. It is the 2 issues of Sledgehammer, the television series created by Alan Spencer. And look, is this one of the only times we've ever seen Spider-Man shooting people with a gun?
Why is he having a gun?
I don't know. But hey, if you think Spider-Man guest starring in issue 2, Zatanna, the daughter of Satan, she appears in issue 1.
What is going on?
I know, right? So if anyone is interested, the giveaway for tonight is #HammerTime. And you will get into the running to win the only 2 issues of one of the funniest satirical cop shows from the 80s, Sledgehammer. There we go. All right, Mr. Burrows, how you doing, buddy? Good to see everybody. Kyle, I hope #HammerTime is not a logistical problem. If not, let us know now. No, maybe it's like too long of a hashtag or something like that.
The fact that I now have Sledgehammer by Phil Collins or Peter Gabriel or whatever band that was.
Peter Gabriel. Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Yeah. In fact, I'm pretty sure.
HammerTime. You can't do HammerTime.
No, HammerTime. HammerTime. Yeah, #HammerTime.
You can't do that.
Yeah, you can. No, what are you talking about? It's time for hammer, Sledgehammer, HammerTime. I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking about. Jason is sitting here trying to sing a song as if any of us even know what he's even talking about. Lunatic. What's up, Mr. McClain? Good, man. We got a nice.
You can't touch this. You go get sued.
Timeout. You got to look that up.
I did.
Okay, I was just full.
Having a moment today. Leave me alone, man.
Because I was just fooling around, but
Leave me alone.
Jason literally.
This song. I'm gonna remember when we sung it.
You're a crazy man. All right, Zanin, you claim this already, but let's show it off just to make sure that it is the one you're looking for. Right now, we have Dead Man starring in Strange Adventures number 214. This is part of the Neil Adams run of Dead Man stories that he was doing for the Strange Adventures. This copy is a VG minus at $15. So Zanin, I'm going to assume that you still want it. If not, let me know and I will correct that. But let me write down. Boom.
Shut up, Kyle.
Zanin is getting himself a Neil Adams era Dead Man book. All right. Oh, and Zanin, I also want to confirm. I did put aside that Steve Englehart, Frank Brunner, Doctor Strange, #1 for you, bud. There you go. All right. Zanin, where did I put your book? Oh, it's over there. It's not Zanin, Jason. Okay. All right. So, boom. There we go. That is our first claim that actually was claimed on the show before we even got on the show. We already sold our Incredible Hulk 180. We sold one copy of our Space Ghost #1. And now we are on to. So, okay. So, some people were curious about some more of these dead man. So let's finish off with the only other 2 copies of Strange Adventures that we have up here. So next up is, okay, now this one has a little bit of value, even though it's a VG. This is a VG copy of Strange Adventures #215. All right, so let me try to show that cover off a little bit, okay? All right, so this issue is priced at it's a VG. I graded it at a VG. It's priced at $23. Now, this is one of the Strange Adventures that has a little bit more value than just a dead man drawn by Neil Adams. And the reason is it's a key because it is the first appearance of Ra's al Ghul's right-hand man in the League of Assassins, Sensei, not to be confused with Splinter. I was going with Karate Kid. You went with Splinter. I was going to go Mr. Miyagi, Sensei Miyagi. So, all right. So, real quick. Oh, Mr. Burrows, don't worry. I will get to that Star-Lord in one moment. Let me just finish off with these 2 Strange Adventures. So Strange Adventures 215 VG, $23. First appearance of Sensei, the right-hand man of Ra's al Ghul. And then next up, still part of the Neil Adams Dead Man. Let's show off that cover right there. That is issue 216. That is also very good, graded at a very good, for $18. All right, so those are our last 2 Dead Man / Strange Adventures, 215 and 216. Both of them VGs, $23 and $18. All right. So moving on to this Star-Lord. Hold on. I have a lot of notes this week, so excuse me as I just... Okay, so next up, we have Star-Lord, the Special Edition. All right. This is Star-Lord, the Special Edition #1. This is a reprint of Star-Lord's origin and early appearances. It also comes with new art, and it's colored for the very first time. So the early appearances of Star-Lord up until this were in black and white. And then they reprinted those early black and white adventures, but they put them in color. And then Michael Golden, he did new art to kind of do a new bookending sequence. But the original art was done by none other than John Byrne. Also, all of these stories were written by Chris Claremont. But another fun little thing that we get in this book, not only do you get the origin and early appearances of Star-Lord, but you get a backup story starring the Tom Baker Doctor Who, illustrated by Watchmen's own Dave Gibbons. So not only do you get a really cool Chris Claremont, John Byrne, Michael Golden, Star-Lord stories, but you get a really fun Tom Baker era Doctor Who backup story illustrated by Dave Gibbons. How similar is the original character to the character in the movies? Mike, what do you think about? Do you think that there's any similarity between the original comic version, and then the movie? Mike is a big fan of Star-Lord. Right? Am I incorrect in saying that? Okay, yeah. So, and I agree with you. That's kind of what I thought, but I wanted to be confirmed. No, the character in the movies has a lot more in common with Brian Michael Bendis when he was doing the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. He kind of created tweaked, not a completely new origin, but he created an origin that fit better in. Maybe he even knew that the movie was on its way or something like that.
When Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning took over the Annihilation books after Keith Giffen left for IDW to do Transformer stuff, Star-Lord had already just existed in space. He had a book that came out in '96 from Timmy Zahn that had really, really cool paint art.
Yeah, the Timothy Zahn.
After that, he just popped up here and there in the weird Jim Starlin Infinity books that he was doing around that time.
Yeah. And hey, look, Fred, thank you. Zanin, thank you. Everybody has agreed with all of us. It's very minimal similarities.
You can get every last one of his issues prior to the Annihilation stuff in a graphic novel.
Yeah, no, it's a very good point. I apologize. I was talking about all that, and I forgot the most important parts. This is a fine plus at $13. The other fun thing about this is actually considered the first deluxe format comic book. Now, deluxe format became sort of a thing that they started doing in the 80s and stuff like that. And technically speaking, this Star-Lord special edition is the first comic to actually be referred to as a deluxe format issue. So there we go. Very good stuff. And if you're interested, we have actually, it is not the first appearance of Star-Lord. The first appearance of Star-Lord here, let me check my notes. I think it was a black and white magazine, Marvel Preview number 4. But yeah, here we go. So yeah, the first appearance of the original Star-Lord was in Marvel Preview magazine number 4. That's a black and white magazine. It was also out of continuity and all that kind of stuff. The first appearance, now this is, we can get into the argument, is it the first appearance? No, technically it's not. It's the same thing with Man-Thing, where Man-Thing's first appearance is Savage Tales number 1. Okay, it was a black and white magazine. It was out of continuity. It's still the first time that character ever appeared. But there are some people who now want you to believe that Man-Thing number 1 is the first appearance of Man-Thing, because technically speaking, it is the first appearance of Man-Thing in a normal comic book and in Marvel continuity. The book I have here in my hand also falls into that weird debate where we have Marvel Spotlight Volume 2, number 6. I know. This is the first appearance and origin of Star-Lord in a standard format comic book. So this is technically his first appearance in Marvel continuity and in a standard format comic book, not in an out of continuity black and white magazine. Okay, so there we go. So Marvel Spotlight Volume 2, number 6. It is a fine minus at $13. All right, so those are our 2 Star-Lord books. There we go. All right. Mr. Burrows, you're taking, assuming you're taking the Star-Lord special edition, because that was the one that we were talking about and you were interested in. So let me write you up a little. Oh, you're going to take both the Star-Lords. All right, man. Good nab. Goodbye. Mike's giving you the nod of approval over there. Look at you. Yeah, see, you're getting the Star-Lord thumbs up. Yeah. Who's your favorite? Daredevil. Yeah, me too. All right, Mr. Burrows. Good stuff, buddy. All right, there we go. All right, so let me just make sure. I'm pretty sure there's nothing else that's been inquired about or asked about. I imagine Jason would have told me, right? Because what other purpose is Jason doing here? Parker can't tell me. Parker can't read. All right.
I have nowhere else to be.
Okay, so I guess how do we want to broach this? Okay, let's talk about the big ticket items that we have up here right now. Okay, and those big ticket items fall within the Star Wars genre. Okay, we got 15 minutes. All right, so I think in the next 15 minutes for our first break, we can at least talk about some of these a little bit more expensive Star Wars books. Now, again, I have an entire small box back here full. Oh, wait, no, we're getting an inquiry about Firestorm. So Black 7, we're gonna. I've always said I prioritize the chat over whatever I'm going on about. So here we go, Firestorm. All right, so this is now, regrettably, it's a VG. All right, it's a low grade VG. It's complete, all that kind of stuff. This just comes from that box of books I got this weekend. They were very well loved. The guy was not a collector; he was just a reader. So almost all of these books, closed, bud. Sorry. So all of these books are, they're reader copies, and again, the price indicates obviously their condition and all that kind of stuff. But for anyone who's curious, Firestorm the Nuclear Man #1, like I said, it's a VG, it's $13, but more importantly, it's a Bronze Age DC, it's a big DC Bronze Age key. It is the first appearance and origin of Firestorm. Surprise! Yes, Gary, I agree with you. I loved Firestorm when he was. They weren't calling the cartoon Super Friends anymore. I think the last season of Super Friends was called the Galactic Guardians or so. It's where you finally got Green Lantern. Firestorm was in it. They were fighting, I think, Darkseid and stuff like that. It's where I think some of the DC superpowers toy line was a little bit kind of coming out of before it became its own thing and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, VG copy of Firestorm the Nuclear Man #1 for $13. Oh, okay. All right. Black 7. All right. So Amanda. All right. I got you, Amanda. Thank you very much. Always a pleasure seeing you. Amanda. All right. Make sure I got that right. Cool beans. Amanda, I'm pretty sure you're a Philly customer, so obviously the book will be on hold behind the register under your real name. So you come in and you can pick it up. All right, so there we go. Again, I just want to reiterate, I apologize. None of the books here tonight are part of the back issue sale. They are all as priced, okay? So I'm just throwing that out there. Fred, okay. This X-Men book, now again, it's a well-loved book and all that kind of stuff. So it is in VG. It's a VG copy for $23, but it is one of the coolest X-Men books from the Claremont Byrne era. It's also the first solo Wolverine cover, in case that matters to you. But this is the cool issue during the Hellfire Club saga, where Wolverine, pretty much for the very first time showed everybody why he would become one of the biggest comic book characters of all time before he obviously got way too overexposed and all that kind of stuff. But for a brief period of time in the late 70s and early mid 80s, Wolverine was the shiznizzy or whatever word I can say to give you the SHIT, like badass is what I'm saying.
So this is the first appearance of his healing power.
Oh, it was also the first appearance of his healing power.
His cameo appearance to that was X-Men 116.
All right, you're such a goober. Anyway, this is Uncanny X-Men 133. It's a VG copy at $23. And it's newsstand. But we are in 1980.
It doesn't matter to me right now.
All right, all right. It is, Gary. It is. Zainin, all right, so you are curious about the 2 Marvel premieres that we have up here. So let me pull these down real quick. All right, so first up, we have Marvel premiere number 12, starring Doctor Strange, written by Steve Englehart, illustrated by Frank Brunner. That would be the creative team that would then start the Doctor Strange Bronze Age Volume 2, that book. That's a wonderful, wonderful book. It is also, number 12 is also the first appearance of Lila, the Queen of the Gypsies. All right, cool. Gypsies might be an inappropriate term now. Maybe she's the queen of the Romanis. No. I had a long discussion with a Romani woman a few weeks ago, and I know, but I don't know. It's not for me. I'm an Irish, German, heterosexual white dude. What box do I get to stand on and define it for anybody else? Anyway, Marvel Premiere number 12, Zanin, that is a VG plus at $8. And then we have Marvel Premiere. I'll show off the covers 1 second. Marvel Premiere number 13. This is also a VG plus at $8. Steve Englehart and Frank Brunner. It is also the first appearance of, say it with me, everybody, Sizzy Neg, a time-traveling sorcerer from the 31st century. I'm convinced this character, who was the Legion of Superheroes villain, Mordru? He's a magician from the future. I'm convinced this Sizzy Neg is like their version of that guy. Anyway, here is issue 12. And here is issue 13. So, Zanin, I'm pretty sure you claimed them. Yeah, you did claim them. All right, so I'm going to put that aside for you, my buddy. All right. Are we okay? We still got some time. All right, cool. Cameo appearance of the sewer too. Fred. I always miss you, Fred, when you're not in the chat, buddy. You really crack. You entertain me, my friend.
When you coming to Philly again?
Yeah, Fred, you got to come hang out, man. Come to the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
You might never get home.
You won't go home.
All right. I guess nothing else has been asked about, right? No, I'm pretty sure I'm caught up with everything. Oh my God,
he's right.
he is right. It's Genesis spelled backwards.
Oh my God.
Sizzy Neg. It is. But just to make it more magical, they add a hyphen between the SISE and the NEG. But Zanin, you good for you, buddy.
You know, screw you, Zane, for that. Stop blowing my world up.
Lucas. Wait, Lucas. Is that like our Lucas? Yo, Lucas, you. All right. Even if it's not our Lucas, I just want to recommend everybody. We have a wonderful young employee here. We've added to the Fatjack's family. My boy LSD. That's right. That's his actual initials. I love him. I love you, Lucas. But him and his buddy Elias, they have a really cool YouTube channel called the Cosmic Panel. So anyone wants to look up the Cosmic Panel, the two of them, they make videos about comics. They review books. They talk about books. I've checked out a couple episodes. They're very knowledgeable. And I think they're very, very good. And you're young men and you have a bright future ahead of you. It's not like a 43-year-old man who's trying to do something he should have been doing when he was 23. It is. Oh, and Elias is. Oh man, hey fellas, how you doing? If anyone is ever interested in playing some Hero Clicks on a Saturday, you should come in and play Elias and Lucas. Man, they crush it. But anyway, I highly recommend everybody to check out their The Cosmic Panel on YouTube. I highly recommend it. I have watched a few episodes, and I get a chuckle out of those fellas. And they're very, very knowledgeable. They're definitely the future of Fat Jacks. Not this guy. I'm the old generation. Yeah, I never thought I would be, but I am. What's Hero Clicks? Mr. Burrows, are you pulling a Jason? I'm gonna assume you are. All right, cool beans. Good stuff. All right. We're okay. We got a few more minutes, so I guess let's talk about a couple more. So I guess let's not get into the Star Wars stuff yet, because that's going to take up a lot of time. So real quick, I just want to point this one out. I'm pretty sure you already bought the copy that we had, but I found another copy. For anyone who's not familiar, first of all, Flaming Carrot comics are awesome. One of the great 80s black and white comics. But this is Flaming Carrot Comics number 27. It is a very fine at $20. And the reason why it has value, not only do the Teenage Ninja Turtles do guest star in this issue, but the cover, and only the cover, not the interior, but the cover is drawn by Todd McFarlane.
Who the hell is that?
And technically speaking, it's the first and I think only time Todd McFarlane has ever drawn the Teenage Ninja Turtles. Up. And looks like none other than Kyle himself, producer extraordinaire, is coming in and claiming the flaming carrot. All right. Kyle, I got you, buddy. Oops, I do not want to write on the book itself.
And a ballpoint pen.
Yeah.
Let me get my quill out and write on that.
Yeah, there we go. All right. We will get to the Spider-Woman next, but let me just make sure Kyle is taken care of. There we go. All right, next up. Now, again, this comes from the very well-loved, so it's more of a reader copy. No, it is not the first appearance. The first appearance of Spider-Woman was it Marvel Feature? Marvel Premiere? Yeah, Jason's going to look it up right now. I love how Jason is now about 2 years into the show, despite the fact that he's always had a computer in his phone. And every time I'm like, Jason, look something up. And Jason's like, I can't. Now he's looking it up. It is not the first. Spider-Woman #1 is not the first. Marvel Spotlight 32. Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
I thought it was fun. My man, the cover looks the same, right, man?
Hey, Kenneth, how you doing there, buddy? Always good to see you, man. And Fred, yes, you yes. So it's Marvel Spotlight 32. That is the first appearance of Spider-Woman. But
she had a right hand out on this one, not the left hand.
But here we have Spider-Woman #1, her first issue of her first solo series. It is also obviously not her first appearance. We've already talked about that. But it is the first appearance of what would become her more traditional costume. Up until this issue, she didn't have the black wig. There were some slight changes to her costume that wouldn't appear until this issue. But with this issue, you would get the first appearance of her iconic original Spider-Woman costume. Now, again, this is a VG copy. So like I said, it's like a reader copy. It's very well loved, but it's all complete, all that kind of stuff. And it's only $10. All right, Spider-Woman #1 VG, $10. Yes, Dave, you have a...
You might want to also mention she was one of the earliest Marvel heroines who had her own cartoon series.
Yes. Spider-Woman definitely had her own cartoon series and everything like that. And also, Spider-Woman is part of the very famous era where Marvel introduced Spider-Woman and She-Hulk. And the reason why they did that was because at the time, you had two successful live-action TV shows on American network television, The Incredible Hulk and Spider-Man. And Marvel was so worried that these TV shows might introduce a female version of their characters that they wouldn't have the rights to those characters. So to beat them to the punch, even though I don't think the TV show showed any indication that they were going to introduce female versions of these characters. I mean, we are talking about the mid-70s here. Marvel created She-Hulk and Spider-Woman specifically to make sure that no one else could create female versions of their famous characters. Exactly.
Remember, you also have Wonder Woman at the time. So if anything was going to help inspire a female character, Wonder Woman's success.
Yes. No, you're very right. With the success of Wonder Woman through most of the, for decades at that point, Marvel was finally starting to get in on the maybe we should have more female characters who aren't just girlfriends or women shoved into refrigerators. that maybe they should be their own characters.
Women are people.
Yeah, Gary. Yes, it is. It's my favorite version of her costume as well, and all that kind of stuff. Jason, there are some people who might not realize that you're being sarcastic, so you need to give some more context to your wealth of Benny Youngman humor. Oh God. I flew in. Boy, my arms are tired.
Shed some light on that Green Lantern.
Yeah, there you go. All right, with that said, okay,
And they're break time.
it's time for our first break. So when we get back, unless anyone in the chat is interested in very specific things that are up here, we're going to start talking about some of these Star Wars books. So let us okay, Kyle, 1 second before we go to break. Let's just, because it just fits. The last of the Bronze Age Marvel, and also talking about another female character that Marvel was trying to get happen at the time. This was the Cat #1. All right, the Cat #1 is the first appearance and origin of the Cat. Her real name is Greer Grant. Most of you, though, will know this character as who she would later become, which was Tigra. No, this is not Patsy Walker Hellcat. They once, Greer Grant became her, a furry. Then Patsy Walker Hellcat kind of got the costume that looks a lot like the original Cat costume. This is a VG copy of this book at $28. And yes, it has Wally Wood. No, Zanin, not just Wally Wood, but it's Marie Severin and Wally Wood together doing the art. So that is what's up. What's up, Lyle? How you doing there, man? Mr. Burrows, the Cat is, like I said, it's a VG at $28. And I got to be honest, this is one of those Bronze Age first issues that has a good amount of value. I was shocked at how much value that book has. So there you go. If anyone is interested, let me know in the chat. For right now, though, the experience has to pay its bills, so it's time for our first break. And when we come back, let's sell some more comics.
Programming on the EXP is made possible by viewers like you, or your local comic shop, or that Kickstarter you backed, or the publisher you like, or comic industry professionals who want to share a message with the world. Really, anyone who wants to advertise with us can. If you're interested in seeing a product you know and love, or are creating, or are publishing, or are involved with, advertised here on The Experience, and having your message shared with our viewers, please reach out by scanning the QR code below or visiting our website and using the contact form.
Imagine being at a convention and going to an interview panel that's just for you. No bustling crowds, no hours-long lines, just you, the moderator, and your favorite comic book creators. Well, this is pretty much that. Miss Jen sits down every week with 2 comic book creators for a live stream interview about their latest work, and you can ask them whatever you want. It's Talking Shop, Mondays at 5 Eastern on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit comicshoplocator.com to find a store near you.
What if Hans Gruber from Die Hard had to battle the Joker from Batman the Animated Series in a dance battle? Or who would win in a race between Baby from Baby Driver and Snidely Whiplash? If Austin Powers and Shrek found themselves in a hot dog eating contest, who would emerge victorious? These are the questions we talk about on Nerd Killer Warfare. Debate the most absurd questions you've ever heard in popular culture. Register now by scanning the QR code or visiting bit.ly/EXP casting. Do you remember what it was like when you were a little kid and you got a letter in the mail? Now imagine that letter was filled with information about your favorite shows, pop culture questions, links to things you're going to want to see later, and even sneak peeks at upcoming programming here on The Experience. That's what the EXP mailing list is. Every week, we send you sneak peeks, information, and all of the relevant links for all of the shows you want to see. Sign up now on our website or scan the QR code that's on your screen right now.
What's up? It's the Word Man, Gary Lime. That's Dave Proch. You're checking out Fatjack's Comicrypt on the Experience now.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. I'm sorry about that.
Sorry about that, everybody. Parker, she kind of knocked the camera off a little bit, so I just had to kind of correct it. So we're back at it. All right. So here we go. So real quick, we are Fatjack's Comicrypt. Thanks for anyone who is interested in possibly winning our giveaway for tonight, which is the first and only 2 issues of Marvel Comics adaptation of the 1980s satirical cop show Sledgehammer. You get a guest appearance of Zatanna in the first issue and a guest appearance of Spider-Man with his 357 Magnum in the second issue. And if you are interested in getting in on this giveaway, all you have to do in the chat is just type #HammerTime. And at the end of the show, Kyle will roll the digital hat or the digital roulette wheel or whatever, and we will pick a name out at the end, and you might be the proud recipient of the only 2 issues of Sledgehammer. Well, they're the only 2 that were ever published, and at this point, I'm pretty sure they might be the only 2 that exists. Dude, Marvel, man. Marvel in the like the 80s was like Dark Horse in the 90s when it came to licensing everything. They licensed just everything. All right, so let's move on. Now, again, if anyone sees anything up here that you're interested in and you don't want to wait for me to get to it, let us know in the chat, and I will prioritize you. But until then, we are going to move on to some Dark Horse era Star Wars. And a couple of these up here, we are very fortunate. Fatjack's Comicrypt is very fortunate to have some epic recent Star Wars keys. So we will talk about those in a moment. The first one we have to talk about is the one that I'm highly confused by. All right, so let's take a look at that real fast. That is Star Wars Boba Fett Wizard 1/2 issue, but it's also this gold foil. It's kind of hard to see the gold, but it's this gold foil limited edition. You got your certificate of authenticity. This book is going for like $100 and $150. All right, this is a high-grade copy. Our copy is $100. Like I said, it has the certificate of authenticity. But again, I'm not a salesman. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to push stuff on you. For the life of me, I have no idea why this book is so valuable. Is it super rare? Is it because Tim Bradstreet, yep, that Tim Bradstreet, did the cover art? I mean, I don't know. But it is a very expensive book, so I have to be fair to Fatjack's, and so we marked it up $100. It's a high grade, all that kind of stuff. I completely understand if you are laughing at me right now, going, "Who the heck would spend $100 on that?" Trust me, plenty of people on eBay are spending more than that on it. So, we can't define how other people want to spend their money. But if anyone in the chat, is there anything else? Does anyone know anything about the Star Wars Boba Fett Wizard 1/2? I wasn't able to find out too much information. Is it valuable just because it's rare? Is it a first appearance of some Mandalorian that we don't know about? Is going to show up in Mandalorian season 3 or something? I don't know.
Just a possibility.
Yes, Dave.
Could have been a convention wizard.
Well, no, but it was okay. I don't know about the gold foil, but it was part of that whole. You had to mail away for it. It was like Wizard 1/2s were all those things where you would mail away for them. This was definitely a mail away. But I don't know. If anyone knows, let me know.
It was later reprinted in Boba Fett.
Okay. All right. It is what it is. I'm not gonna talk about it anymore. All right. Next up is a first appearance of a Star Wars character whose name I can't pronounce. All right. So let's first show the book from Dark Horse Comics. This is Star Wars number 10. All right. Now, this is a book that has a lot of value. High grade copies sell for around $80 to $100. Our copy is a high grade. I priced it at $60 because I don't know. Sometimes these prices just seem a little illusionary, I guess is the word for it. But I did see that lots of copies of this over the past 2 years do sell on average somewhere around like, the lowest is maybe about $60. But I think the average is coming in around like 80. Now, hey Sam, what's up, buddy? Sam got to meet Parker today. Oh yeah. Oh, Sam, I will talk about the Treehouse of Horror book in 1 second. Let me just finish my thoughts about this Star Wars number 10. The reason why it has value, now again, I like to consider myself a lover of Star Wars, but I guess I'm not a Star Wars fan like some people are, because this Star Wars number 10, the reason it has a ton of value is because it is the first appearance of Asharad Het, who later becomes Darth Krayt.
You're a lot better at this.
So yeah. So I imagine there's a bunch of Star Wars fans out there right now who are yelling at me because Darth Krayt probably is like, Darth Lord Sidious's like, I don't know, dad or uncle or cousins, I don't know, mother's cousins, whatever. Hey, Jason, look it up. Who is Darth Krayt?
I'm still reading about the.
You're still okay.
So
all right.
apparently, when I read,
Okay. Jason's found out some things about this Boba Fett wizard one half. Yeah.
Vader's looking to get him,
Okay.
and he's sending his.
So the story is Vader is sending people after him
to
get him.
He knows too much.
Okay.
And
I'm bored already. We're moving on. All right. So Sam, we'll get back to the Star Wars.
Enemy of the Empire.
Okay. We'll get back to the Star Wars in a moment. Let us first talk because Sam is in the chat, and this is the very first Treehouse of Horror comic book by Bongo Comics, the Simpson publisher. High-grade copies of this book are pretty like $30, $50 books. Now, this one, again, it comes from a collection where the guy obviously really enjoyed and loved his books. But again, this is a fine plus. So this copy that we have here, Bart Simpson's Treehouse of Horror, is a fine plus at $15. Not only do you get a matte graining painted cover, which is really cool, but you get work by none other than Mike Allred, James Robinson, and Bone himself, Jeff Smith. So, no, Robert, I apologize, buddy. We got no horror comic books tonight. Sorry, just no horror comic books. Maybe maybe on the next show or the next show after that. But if you're sticking around looking for horror comics, I apologize. You're probably going to be disappointed. So anyway, Bart Simpson's Treehouse of Horror, number 1, fine plus, $15. All right. So, all right. We'll get back to Star Wars real fast. This is Bartman number 4, part of the Bartman miniseries. This is the one that carries the most value, primarily because of its homage cover. I imagine most of you recognize it, but just in case, hey, chat. What cover is this book an homage to?
Oh, I know.
Nobody here is allowed to say it. Anyway, this is a fine minus copy of Bartman number 4 for $8. They also had Bongo Comics had a 3-issue Itchy and Scratchy miniseries that has a lot of value. This is issue number 3. That is a fine minus copy at $8. All right. And sticking with the cartoons for a quick moment before we move back to Star Wars, Bartman no more. That's so cute. Yep. Bartman no more. Dwayne Zappin, I think he knows where we're heading with this. But real quick, back in the early 90s, back in 1995, so mid 90s, DC put out an Animaniacs comic book. There's a few issues that have some value. Obviously, the very first issue, which is what this is, that has a little bit of value because technically it's the first appearance of the Animaniacs in comic books. This is a Fine Plus copy at $10. But the issue of Animaniacs that actually carries some of the most value is... Does anyone know what that's an homage to? Yeah, of course. I mean, I feel even dumb saying it because I'm pretty sure. Actually, there was that issue of Incredible Hulk with She-Hulk where it's an homage to this. Anyway, Animaniacs number 9. This is a Fine Plus copy at $10. And most of its value is obviously because of the homage to, as Reef the Sea Forever said, it's pulp. Yep, Pulp Fiction. You got it. And I know everybody knows it already. So the reason they probably didn't answer is because they were like, Brendan, you're dumbass. The Bartman number 4 homage covers obviously to Amazing Spider-Man number 50, Spider-Man No More, where he walks away from his responsibilities. So I guess with great power doesn't come great responsibilities. I don't know. Anyway.
Depends on how good the TV show ratings are.
There you go, Dave. All right, so moving on to some of our Star Wars. The next big key, the big book, a book that's, easily can get up to $150. I saw in some places it was selling for $200. Our copy is a high grade. No, it's a very fine plus at $100. Okay, so that's no joke. I imagine most of you will probably recognize this cover if you're big Star Wars comic collectors. This is Star Wars Heir to the Empire, the adaptation of the Timothy Zahn trilogy. But more importantly, Star Wars Heir to the Empire number 1 is the first appearance of Admiral Thrawn. And Thrawn not only is a big character in Star Wars mythos, but if you're a speculator, there are a lot of rumors. When I say a lot of rumors, it's pretty much confirmed that the Osaka show, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, I apologize, is Thrawn will play a major role in the series. So anything doing with Admiral Thrawn has a lot of value right now. And so his first appearance, obviously, is a very pricey Dark Horse Star Wars book. Now, we do have the entire series, okay? So issue 2, which is technically his second appearance, that is a very fine plus at $20.
I know this too.
I know. Issue 3 and issue 3, that is a very fine plus at $6. And then issue 5 actually has a little bit of value because it is, Star Wars Heir to the Empire number 4. It's a very fine plus. It is $25 because it is the first cover appearance of Mara Jade. And in fact, I'm not good at this job because not only is this issue number 1 the first appearance of Admiral Thrawn, but it is also the first appearance of Mara Jade. And for anyone who doesn't know who Mara Jade is, Mara Jade in the comics and in the novels would be the wife of Luke Skywalker.
That's also current age newsstand.
And it is current age newsstand, yes. But
Which is
I did not
rare.
but I did not price it with that in mind because it already had some value. And then obviously we have issue 5 at $6 and issue 6 also at $6. So technically speaking, we do have the entire 6 issue of Star Wars Heir to the Empire. Number 1, $100. Number 2, $20. Issue 3, 5, and 6, $6 each, and issue number 4, $25. All right. Okay, so we're all good. We're all good in the chat. All right. Moving on. What's the next? Let me look at my. So next up is Star Wars number 19. This is a very fine plus at $15, and it is the first appearance of Ayla Secura, a Jedi Knight. And it is the first cover appearance of Quinlan Voss, who I also think is a Jedi Knight, I guess. And then we move on to Star Wars Jedi Academy Leviathan #1. This is the first appearance of Kip Duran and the first appearance of Karana T. This is a very fine plus copy at $20. And then we have Star Wars X-Wing Rogue Squadron #25 with a really cool, another Tim Bradstreet Star Wars cover. That is a very fine plus at $20. And it is the origin of Baron Soontir Fel and also a very early Thrawn appearance. So there you go. Any early Thrawn appearances carry some value. So boom, those are some of our Star Wars. Again, we have a lot more Star Wars to get to at some point tonight. But those are some of the more expensive ones. Let's just throw it out there. That some of the bigger keys of it all. All right. So next up, when's our next? Is it 5:45 is the next break? I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. No. I just want. Hey. I want to be respectful to Kyle.
5:45
and the experience, especially. Do you know how much Kyle had to put up with Aaron?
Oh God.
Like Aaron would just. He was so badly trying to get Mike to pay attention to him and talk to him behind my back that like he would miss breaks constantly. And Kyle would be like, Aaron, break. Aaron, it's been 15 minutes. Aaron, break. And Aaron would be like, do. Again, I wish it was Lucas and Elias. You know, I'm just saying, I wish it was Lucas and Elias. You know, but instead, I got a pathological liar.
Interesting co-host for a while.
Yeah, it was interesting. Out to this day, he says he feels bad. He feels bad.
I'm sure it feels bad,
but nope. All right, so before we move on to some more Star Wars and some more Bronze Age Marvel and stuff like that, let's finish up with what we actually have up here on the board, as nobody calls it. Yeah. All right. So Mike was going through a collection that we received a week ago, and I would have probably passed this over and not realized what we were looking at, but he nabbed it. So I thank you, Mike B, over there. I appreciate this. This next book is he pulled out for me, and he's like, "Yo, dude, I think this thing has some value." And it's rare, so that's good. So what we have next is a little book called Digital Webbing Presents. Now, this is a high-grade copy at $40. No, it is not the first appearance of Goon, but it is one of, if not next to his first appearance, it is one of the earliest Goon stories, Eric Powell's Bruiser character. But not just that, more importantly, obviously some people love Goon and everything like that, but there is an artist who people really love, a little gentleman by the name of Ryan Ottley, who obviously he's doing Hulk right now, but he really came to fame with Invincible. His art on Invincible is beautiful. I love it. Ryan Ottley draws blood so well. He's such a good gore artist for somebody with such a clean style and everything. But this issue is Ryan Ottley's first published artwork. So if you're a Ryan Ottley fan out here, this is the book for you. It's a little backup story called Pop, with the very first published artwork by who's become quite a famous artist, Ryan Ottley. Not just an early Goon story, but first published Ryan Ottley art. Digital Webbing Presents #5, high grade, $40. Parker, why are you barking at Mike?
You had a lot of shitty, horrible co-hosts. Aaron.
Well, no. The problem. Stop. Stop.
I hate Al.
The problem with you can't replace Aldonis. You just can't. Dude, honestly,
Stop.
we lost viewers.
No,
Dude. We had regulars that watched every show until Al wasn't here anymore. And then they all dropped off. So trust me, people don't tune into the show for me. People tune in because it's Fatjack's Comicrypt, and they want to buy comics. Okay. But there were a lot of people who tuned in for Al. There you go, Jason. There you go. Don't you dare disparage Al. Don't you dare. I love that man. I miss him to this day. All right. Next up, let's talk about some Detective Comics from the Neil Adams era. All right. So first up, we have Detective Comics 404, Ghost of the Killer Skies, featuring Enemy Ace. This is a VG copy at $23. Oh, okay. Hold on. Preston. All right. Okay. What I'm going to tell you about that Space Ghost #1. First off, it is the first appearance of Space Ghost. And anyone who knows, and I'm not going to get into it too much because we talked about it a lot, but high grade copies of it. It's like $1,000 book. Like Space Ghost #1 is a high grade. It has value, all that kind of stuff. Our copy is only priced at $30 because it's complete. Technically, it is complete. It's not missing anything. But the spine is taped back together. There's a chunk missing from the bottom, front, and back corner. I mean, it's like fair. So low-grade copies of this book sell for like $100 and $150. So I can't just give it away. I can't make it a dollar book. I can't, like, $30 is like really cheap. But yeah, it's like Scooby-Doo. No, you're right. Like first appearance of Scooby-Doo, first appearance of the Flintstones, first appearance of the Jetsons. These are books that have a ton of value, and low-grade copies still sell. Parker, get Jason. Jason, call her over. For anyone who doesn't know, Parker's boyfriend is Jason. Yeah. She always, every time she finds out that Jason's coming over, or when she's coming to the shop and Jason's going to come over, she gets very excited. She loves Jason. She's a big, yeah. So thank you, Reef. I appreciate you saying that, because sometimes some books are so messed up that you're like, $30, but yet, like, they're so key, they're so historically important, all that kind of stuff that, and it's getting claimed. So this here, Jason, would you do me a favor? Can you just kind of show it off a little bit more, just to give you an idea? No, I know, but I just want to be like, look, you'll see the tape on the spine. Look here, bottom, there's the chunk missing, bottom, like, corner and everything like that. So I just want to give you, but it is complete. So I just want to, I want to be honest. So if you've always wanted this in your collection, but you weren't willing to spend $800, $900, $1,000, here you go. For only $30, it can at least be in your collection, All right. So Mr. Preston Eskridge, let me get you a card here. Okay, cool. All right. Nice. So again, it's funny sometimes when I'm pricing up these books, and I guess I'm not much of a collector. I'm more of a comic historian and lover of the art form. So there are times where I'm pricing up books and I'm like, would anyone, like, am I like, should I not price this up? Should I just give it away? I mean, like, I feel so bad, but people in the know. All right. Oh, Jason, no problem, buddy. So Mr. Shabadoo, if you're out there, you got beat by Jason. All right, Mr. Eskridge. All right, buddy. You're getting the Space Ghost. All right. Well, thank you, Reef. I appreciate that. No one wants to hear my neurosis, but when I price up books, man, I am. I never saw it before. No, until I found those two copies. I never saw it before. And Jason, yes, you are getting your newsstand edition.
It's a Son of Stone for me. That Son of Stone 1, I've never seen in the market.
I get it. I get it.
Son of Stone 1 exists.
All right, Jason. All right. On that note, Wait. Have we done everything up here? Oh, yeah, we have done everything up here. Okay, so we're gonna go to Mr. Eskridge. Yeah, you want a copy, but you don't want to spend $1,000. I get that, but again, when you see it, like I hope you feel it was fair. But again, I will reiterate, it is complete. All the page, everything's there. It's all good. Cover, back cover, centerfold, all that kind of stuff. It's just, it was just refurbished. Let's call it that. Yeah. All right. So on that,
70 years old and had a lot of work.
yeah, yeah. Oh man, has anyone seen Jane Fonda in that Tom Brady movie? What happened to her? She's poor Jane Fonda, man. Too much fillers, my dear. Too much fillers. Woo! Anyway, let's go to break, and when we come back, we'll sell more comics.
Bye.
You know how when you go to Comic-Con, after Comic-Con, you go to the hotel bar, and there's a whole bunch of people playing music and dancing, and you've got Pikachu and Lara Croft Tomb Raider doing the cha-cha slide just down from Deadpool and Batman and Wonder Woman? That's every Saturday night over on the Experience Twitch channel. Join Taji Beats for the EXP Dance Party, exclusively on Twitch, twitch.tv/the_EXP.
Comic Collectibles is a pretty straightforward show. You got Rex here, he sells the comics, and you got Rockin' Robbie, he knows about the comics. And finally, John, no one really knows what John does. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a great guy, but he just keeps showing up. Come to think of it, I don't even really know how he gets in here. Anyway, awesome comics.
Why was Princess Zelda...
Comic Collectibles is a pretty straightforward show. You got Rex here, he sells the comics, and you got Rockin' Robbie, he knows about the comics. And finally, John, no one really knows what John does. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a great guy, but he just keeps showing up. Come to think of it, I don't even really know how he gets in here. Anyway, awesome comics, rare books, rarer signatures, slabbed books, and amazing cover sketches by Ken Hazer and others. Simple formula, you want the comics, you buy the comics. To sum up, Rex sells the comics, Robbie knows the comics, and John, who might possibly be a ghost. I mean, seriously, has anyone ever seen him show up or leave? Comic Collectibles with Rex and John, Mondays from 6 to 8 Eastern on The Experience. Comic Culture and Sales.
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit ComicShopLocator.com to find a store near you.
Did you know that every Experience show, including some exclusive content, streams on Twitch? Check it out, twitch.tv/the_EXP. Or just scan that QR code.
And Alex Toff. That's Alex Toff, too.
Came around being made into a straight, serious character.
Oh, interesting.
As a feedback, as a backlash to the Batman TV show.
Okay.
And people appreciated it so much.
All right. Hey, Philip, how you doing there? Oh, and happy birthday. Happy birthday, Philip. Welcome. It's a pleasure to see you. Yeah. Wait. When I worked at Bennigan's. Yeah. If anyone's ever seen the movie Waiting, I was Justin Long in that movie. We called it Shenanigans, everything. The dude who made that movie definitely worked at a Bennigan's. But again, obviously because Happy Birthday, this Happy Birthday song is owned. At one point, Michael Jackson owned it, all that kind of stuff. So we had to be, what was the song we had to do? It'd be like, happy, happy, happy birthday. I don't even know. I'm just making that up at that point, you know. But it's a pleasure to see everybody. Yeah, I worked at, though, the one thing I will say, if you were in your late teens, early 20s, and you work at a restaurant,
It's gonna be a blast.
let's just say
You learned a lot about.
I have a lot of experiences. And I got to know a lot of young lady. I got, had a lot of female friends. Let's call it that. Yo, Mr. Towers, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Mr. Towers is a
Yeah, had some good fried cheese from there once. Ugh.
jerk.
All right, real quick. I just wanted to finish off. So Detective Comics 404. That is a VG at $23. And then now this is a big key for the Batman mythos. Detective Comics 405. This copy is a VG minus at $70. It's part of the Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams stuff. But it is the first team appearance of the League of Assassins. There you go. And that's, like I said, that is a VG minus at $70. First team appearance of the League of Assassins. Next up, we have Detective Comics 406. That's a VG at $13. And then we have Detective Comics 409. That is a VG at $13. And then we have Detective Comics 412, a VG plus at $15. There you go. And again, for anyone who might be joining us for the first time or you missed out before, we do have a giveaway tonight. It is the first 2 issues of Marvel's adaptation of the satirical cop show from the 80s, Sledgehammer. And if you are interested in throwing your proverbial name into the hat to possibly get this 2-issue limited series of Sledgehammer, all you have to do is type into the chat, #HammerTime. And at the end of the show, we will pick a name out of the digital hat, and they will get one of the coolest comic books ever. Jason, you want 405 and 406? 405 and 406. Boom, they're yours, buddy. All right. Good times, good times. Oh. And Zanin is claiming 412. All right. Nope, that's not it. Where's 412? Here's 412. That's 412. Yeah. Gorgeous Neil Adams cover. Zanin, man, you're getting yourself a nice little Detective Comics from this era run. Zanin, like, not to make it anyone's business, but but Zanin, he pulled the trigger. Obviously, you got upset about it. He claimed the first Neil Adams Batman, the first Neil Adams Batman cover, the first Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams team up on Batman, first appearance of Man-Bat, first appearance of She-Bat, well, Francine Langstrom, who will later become She-Bat. He also pulled the trigger on the first appearance of Talia al Ghul.
The Man-Bat was the one that got me. That I wasn't happy with that, but that's okay. What are you gonna do, jerk? I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Come on, we're all friends here. At least we all know. #HammerTime. All right. Good times. All right. So let's think. Is there anything? Sorry, I'm just trying to get it in my head because I'm trying to walk that fine line of being professional while at the same time keeping myself engaged. God, who watched that show 2 weeks ago? Oh, what a train wreck. The show where I did the thing that I always threatened I would do, where I would just stand there and just, dude, when I got home, I could like barely speak because like I kept like just rattling off issue after issue after issue. How many like Punisher comics did I get through? Almost like 3 decades of Punisher comics.
One long box.
It was just yeah. I mean, it was insane. We had so many books to have to like put back the next week.
As Mr. Tower said, it's like looking through a long box.
It's like looking through a long box. Yep. Or as John McClane said, no, what was it? Was it no laughs and good times here? Real quick, I want to thank everyone who's watching. We really appreciate here at Fatjacks all of your support, all of your attention and time. I also want to thank, Kyle. He's a wonderful producer. And thank the experience. We're all just trying to help each other out. We love this art form, and good times. And Mr. Burrows, thank you for pulling me back, brother, because you are correct. We got 3 issues of Iron Fist, Bronze Age Iron Fist, Chris Claremont, John Byrne. You got it. Hold on, let me just check my notes real quick to make sure in case there's anything important about these. Okay, there's one key in here, and that is issue number 2. So issue number 2 of Iron Fist is a VG Plus at $10. So let's take a look at that real quick. All right, so that is the origin of Iron Fist. It's one of the very first times where Claremont started to tell his origin and complete. It is also the first appearance of Miranda, who is the half-sister of Danny Rand. Danny Rand is obviously Iron Fist. And she will later become the Iron Fist villain, Death Sting. So that is Iron Fist number 2, VG Plus at $10. And then we have Iron Fist number 3. This is a VG at $7. And then we have Iron Fist number 9. I'm coming for you, Chaka. Shaka Khan? Oh, no. What? Iron Fist? What did Shaka Khan ever do to you? Hey, what the hell? I know. This is the Dave Cockrum period, because Dave Cockrum always seemed to take over after John Byrne. This is Iron Fist number 9, VG Plus, $8. All right, so those are... Oh, Mr. Burrows grabbing number 2. Good man, good man.
Is Iron Fist number 9 or 19 the one that had
What?
Wolverine?
Had Wolverine? You're talking about Sabretooth. Wolverine was never an Iron Fist.
Saber.
Yeah, it's 14.
14.
Yeah, it's 14. Yeah, you were 5 issues off. Yeah. Oh, and Mr. Burrows taking number 3 as well. All right, good stuff, man. All right, Mr. Burrows.
So it's not the first.
No, it is not the first appearance. The first appearance is Marvel Feature. Hey, chat. Iron Fist first appearance, Marvel Feature 15. Oh, Mike. Thanks, Mike. Hey, Mike, do you have Parker? Where's Parker? Oh, yeah, that's her. Wait, is she back there? Okay, good.
Just taking a walk.
Nah, she's taking a. I forgot to take her out before the show started. She's poor baby. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, Mr. Burrows, Gary, he's going to claim number 7, but no, not Gary. It's not number 7. It's number 9. So, Marvel Premiere number 15. Thanks, Gary. So, Gary, I'm going to assume you're talking about issue 9. If you are talking about issue 7, it's not issue 7. But if you are talking about Iron Fist 9, then Mr. Burrows, Gary, he wants to claim it. But if you want it first, he's giving you the opportunity. So I am going to. All right. So, Gary, I think it's yours, buddy. All right. So that is Gary's first claim of the night. So let's get my Word Man card out. All right, Gary, Word Man. What a great nickname. All right, Gary. Boom. Yo, Gary, man. The other night I took my girlfriend out. I took Angela out. We went to see the 4K restoration of Casablanca. God, man, that movie is just. You don't need me to tell you how amazing it is, but that 4K, like I'm not a big fan of some of these 4K restorations. But the photography of some of that black and white photography back then, the 4K is beautiful. Oh man, what a great everything. Yeah, I know. Do you want to do a Casablanca podcast? Yeah. Do you want that to be the next episode of Whiskey and Weirdos? No, what we're doing after the Super Bowl, after the Eagles win, is we're going to Broad Street. No, we're all going to go together. We're going to go to City Hall, and you and my buddy Omar, you're going to be the subjects of my movie that I'm going to shoot the whole time. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Dude, that's it. The next Cloverfield movie should happen where it takes place in Philly right after the Eagles win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know. Everyone climbs poles.
And then people start climbing the Cloverfield monster. Yeah. And like all the Eagles fans are like riding the monster, like, go Bears! And the monster's like, no, oh no. It's been terrible. See, there you go. Cloverfield. Good stuff. Yeah, probably. Sticking in the Marvel Bronze Age real quick, let's talk about a couple of the Ms. Marvels that we have up here. First up, we have Ms. Marvel #1, the first appearance of Carol Danvers as Ms. Marvel. Is also the retelling of her origin. Again, this is a well-loved copy, so it's a low-grade copy at $15. And then we have issue 7 with our boy MODOK. It is a VG Plus at $8. And then number 10 with Ms. Marvel punching MODOK out. Yep. That is a VG Plus at $8. And then the last 2 issues we have is issue 12 and issue 13. Issue 12 is a fine minus at $6. And issue 13 is a VG at $5. Also, number 13 is the first appearance of the Danvers family, which is Carol's mother and father and her brother. And it is the first appearance of 2 highly forgettable villains, Sapper and Golden Blade. I dare anybody to come up. You can look it up. You got the internet right there. Find any other appearance of Sapper, Sapper, or Golden Blade. All right, please. By the way, that's those 2 idiots getting punched by Carol Danvers on the cover. So there you go. Probably killed by Fool Killers, right? You are so spot on, man. All right. Okay, kind of sticking with the Bronze Age Marvel from the Doctor Strange. The Doctor Strange series that first started out with Steve Englehart and Frank Brunner. This is where we are now. Elias. Okay, you and Lucas, man. This is a challenge. I want you to find every appearance of Sapper and Golden Blade. It's very possible that issue might be the only appearance, but I am challenging you 2 young bucks to find me any other appearance of Sapper and Golden Blade. All right? So there you go, fellas. Doctor Strange. Steve Englehart was still writing the book at this time, but Frank Brunner had left after a few issues, and this is where Gene Colan was drawing the book. Some amazing Gene Colan art. He was made to draw horror Doctor Strange. This issue number 11, is a VG Plus at $5. And then we get issue 19. It still has the art of Gene Colan, but this is the issue where Marv Wolfman began to write the Doctor Strange series, as the main writer. He had done a couple spots, but this is where, So Elias and Lucas, when they do the cosmic panel stuff, they do a lot of these, what do you call them, guys? It's the peculiar pull video, where they try to find like some of the strangest, weirdest like characters in comic books, and they try to like the big wheel. Yeah, you guys should do an episode on the big wheel. Yeah. Anyway, this is where Marv Wolfman, like I said, takes over as the regular writer of Doctor Strange with Gene Colan. This is issue number 19. It is a VG Plus at $5. And then we get into some Bronze Age Ghost Rider. So this is Ghost Rider number 10. This book is kind of infamous. So this issue reprints Marvel Spotlight number 5, which is the first appearance of Ghost Rider. But you know who doesn't appear at all in Marvel Spotlight number 5? The Hulk. Who's on the cover of this book? The Hulk. So if you pick this book up and you're like, whoa, Ghost Rider's going to fight the Hulk? No, you're just getting a reprint of the first appearance of Ghost Rider. Yeah. This is a VG copy at $8. But it's okay because guess what happens in the next issue? Ghost Rider and the Hulk fight. There you go. So they made it up to everybody. This is Ghost Rider number 11. That's a VG plus at $8. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What do we do?
Yeah.
Reprint.
Yeah.
Reprint. Use the cover. Do something else.
Of course. Next up, we have Ghost Rider number 25. This is a good plus copy, so it's only $3. So if you want a fun little Ghost Rider book, it's only $3. Issue 26 of this series with Ghost Rider fighting one of the dumbest Avengers characters of all time, Dr. Druid. Who the hell thought that this was a good character? In fact, yo, chat, anybody out there, name me a good Dr. Druid story. All right.
That one.
Is he even still alive?
Great book. Buy it.
Yeah. Hey, Lucas and Elias, you guys read everything that comes out nowadays, like I used to. Is Dr. Druid still around? Does he appear in any Al Ewing book that we don't know about? Anyway, this is a good plus copy at $3. Is he dead? Yes. When did he die? When did Dr. Druid die?
80s.
No, he was popping up in the 90s. I'm But didn't Warren Ellis do like a Dr. Druid miniseries in like 1997 or something? Called Druid? I think it was just called Druid.
As far as I know, he's dead, man. Because he just popped up in
Oh, no. Elias is coming back at you, Mike. I think the changing of the guard is happening. Elias is saying that he is alive. And in fact, he popped up on 2 issues of Doctor Strange, Surgeon Supreme. Yeah, Surgeon Supreme. There you go. Jason. Dr. Druid's original name was Dr. Doom before the FF character was introduced. No way, for real? Damn. Wow. Zanin and Dave. All right, man. That's who needs a show. Zanin and Dave. You. I think she has to go to the bathroom. Does anyone want to take her out for me? You want to take her out for me? Her leash is over on the table. Yeah, she probably has to go to the bathroom. You know. She's getting antsy. Sorry, everyone. Parker needs to pee and poop. So Jason, you wanted issue 10. And Gary, you wanted Ghost Rider 25. So, boom. Gotcha, fellas. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'll stay by the door.
Oh, come on. Yeah. All right. Parker, go get Jason. Go do your business. Go do your business trip. Next up is a fun little Bronze Age book, Godzilla King of Monsters, number 7, with the first appearance of Red Ronin. That's that little guy right there. Up here. Sorry, 1 second, everybody. Here. Parker, go out with Jason. Here, Parker. Go do your business, okay? Just take her down the block and let's just come back. She should just have to pee. She might poop. Dr. Droom. All right. Okay. Cool. Interesting. Here's a really beat up copy, good minus of X-Men number 92. Yep. That is like 2 issues before giant size X-Men. It's the good minus copy is only $8. And you got the Red Raven. Ooh, Red Raven. Wow. Good stuff. All right, so what's next? We haven't done enough DC. So here is the final issue of Jack Kirby's Demon book. This is issue number 16, where the demon gets into a little BDSM. Good for him. You know, I love a little good BDSM. This is a fine plus at $15, and if we ever do an episode after dark, I will tell the story of when I dated a dominatrix. It's a good story. No. If anything, I got to tell you the time I went home with the stripper, and we walk into her apartment. Her apartment is just full of like Disney characters and like fairies. And I was like, okay. And then we go into her bedroom, and her bedroom was one of those 4-post things. And her closet, all her closet was just toys, like BDSM stuff, costumes, like all this. And I was like, I think there's a juxtaposition here in terms of what you have going on in your apartment and what you have going on in your bedroom. I think that there's something we want to resolve. But anyway, this copy is a fine plus at $15. But what were you going to say?
I have a question.
Sure.
When a person is sucked out of all their life force.
When a person is sucked out of all their life force, okay, yes.
And their corpse is found in the trash can.
And their corpse is found in a trash can, yes.
And then said antagonist burns said corpse.
Mm-hmm.
That means they're dead, right?
Okay, but we're talking to comics. Is it possible that he came back?
The way that he came back.
We're still debating the Dr. Druid.
It's not his physical body.
It's not his physical body. Elias, we're getting pushback, buddy.
Astral projection in weird world.
Okay, astral projection and weird world. All right, Elias, Mike's throwing down the gauntlet that you are wrong. That he is actually dead. Yeah, see? Yeah. Just saying it out there, man. You gotta stand up for yourself, buddy.
Because he was part of the Dead Avengers book during Chaos War.
He was Dead Avengers. Well, I know he was dead for a while in the 80s because he was part of that really cool Avengers and Avengers West Coast annuals where they fought all the like dead characters. Dude, those annuals were great. All right, Elias is gonna pull out his books. All right, Elias. All right, here we go. We got ourselves a little fan on fan violence. A little over Dr. Druid of all people. Gary, would you have thought this? Would you have thought that this was possible?
Considered by most Avengers
Two-
fans as the worst Avengers.
Oh no, the worst Avenger of all time. Even worse than D-Man, Stingray. Who's some Rage? Who's some of the others? Dr. Druid was the worst. God, he was just the absolute worst. Oh, we're back. She okay?
Yeah, she peed.
She peed? No poop? Or did you not do it long enough? It's okay. She'll poop on the way home.
Yeah, she
All right. But she had to pee real bad?
Yeah.
She did. Oh, okay. Sorry, sweetie
You
girl.
want to go back? She's like,
Yeah. 'Cause she wants to come back to me.
hold on.
No, she wants to come back to me. My baby girl wants to be with me. Come on, sweetie. Come on, baby. Do you feel better now? Do you feel better? Oh, yes, you do. Parker, you want to say hi to everybody? Come here. Parker, come here. Stay. No, up. Parker.
Compared to like the past few days, it's like springtime.
Oh, yeah.
Let's say hi to everybody.
It's a lot warmer than it should
Ah,
be.
Say hi, everybody. Parker, say hi. Hi.
And then-
I'm Parker. Yeah. My baby girl. Good girl. All right, we're back. Gary, it was Dr. Drew. It was on my Sunday bingo card. They canceled the before. Oh, you mean Surgeon Supreme got canceled? All right, there we go. Yeah, Parker, you got a woof. Yeah, John McClane. He's giving you some love. Gosh, she recently had a tapeworm. Yeah.
That's a good way to
Well, when you eat poop, when you're in a park and you eat poop, yeah, my dog eats poop. I'm actually shocked that it took her 8 years to get her first tapeworm. So, hey, Charlie. Oh, good. Hey, Sam, I hope Charlie doesn't eat poop. They're full of parasites. Yeah. It's ridiculous. All right, real quick, let's stick with the DCs real fast. We got some Harley Quinns up here, and they're the Harley Quinns from the very first volume of Harley Quinn, a la the 90s Harley Quinn, with Terry Dodson art and all that kind of stuff. First up, we have Harley Quinn number 9. That's a high grade copy at $8. And then we have one that has a little bit more value. This is Harley Quinn number 10. It is a very fine plus at $13, and it is considered, I know this will sound goofy, but it is considered the first appearance of Harley Quinn as Batgirl.
Are you watching the cartoon yet?
No. Next up, we have Harley Quinn number 11. She's hanging around with Nightwing and Batgirl and Robin and just having a good time. Just had him at the vet today because of that. No way, Sam! He got a little parasite. Yeah, like it was about a week or so ago. Parker pooped and she had like little rice, and we were like, "Uh-oh, she got worms." And we had to take her poop to the vet, and the vet's like, "She's got a tapeworm." And we're like, "Oh no, what do we have to do?" They're like, "Just here's this powder." But the great thing was we pretended that Parker named her tapeworm Gerbil too, and became friends with the Gerbil, and would like talk to Gerbil, and then suddenly like the rice wasn't showing up in her poop anymore, and she kept asking Angela and I. She's like, "Why is Gerbil quiet? Why isn't Gerbil talking to me anymore?" And we didn't want to tell her. Gerbil's dead. You pooped out Gerbil's corpse, okay? Gary, I don't know. That's a good question. Chris Picciallo. Anyway, out of curiosity, does anyone know, did Chris Picciallo ever actually draw Harley Quinn? Anyone? Curiosity? No? All right. So this is Harley Quinn number 11. That's a very fine plus. It's $7. Now we have a Joker appearance because it's part of the Joker Last Laugh event that occurred. It was Harley Quinn number 13 with a Tim Sale cover. That is a very fine copy at $12, right? 12? Yeah, $12. And now we have a slightly famous image of Harley and Poison Ivy riding a moped together. This is issue number 14. It is a fine plus at $5.
Could you watch the cartoon, please?
And then we get into Harley Quinn number 15. That is a very fine minus at $6. And now we get into a couple issues that have a little bit of value, primarily because it's Poison Ivy and it's Bizarro. So Harley Quinn number 17, guest starring Poison Ivy and Bizarro. That is a very fine plus at $13. And then we have issue 18, also a very fine plus at $13. And then we move on to That's a Spicy Screwball. All right. Harley versus the Martian Manhunter. Issue number 24. Very fine. $5. There we go. And the other Bronze Age DC that we have up here is the very first Sherlock Holmes comic published by DC. Yes, Sherlock Holmes appeared in like Classic Illustrated and all that kind of stuff. But this was DC's first foray into doing a Sherlock Holmes comic book soon after he guest starred in Detective Comics. So this is his first issue with a real fun Walt Simonson cover. Sherlock Holmes number 1. This is a fine minus at $10. Holmes pursues a mastermind of evil in the final problem, the adventure of the empty house. All right. Cool. Up. Mr. Towers, you're claiming, yep, the big ones. Harley 17 and 18. All right. So let me get you your first card of the night for our boy. Oh, and John McClain. All right. His first claim of the night. So let me catch up with you fellas. So there's our boy, Mr. Towers. Yeah, our boy, man. Come on. We love Mr. Towers. And John McClain, the last original Sherlock stories are now in the public domain. All right. Thanks, Gary. Gary, when are we going to do our Sherlock Holmes movie? You know, you be Sherlock. I'll be Holmes. I'll be Watson. Yeah.
I'll be the maid that comes in randomly.
Oh, no. You're our coke dealer. Yeah.
No, which was the maid? I mean, I don't care what you tell me.
Yeah. All right, Sherlock. You know what? The maid probably was
Absolutely.
the maid was the coke dealer.
Absolutely.
Because he never had to go.
She knew where to get
She
her.
was always, because she was probably getting it from her son.
And she's in the industry.
If you've seen Sherlock from England, it was her husband.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
No.
All right. So, all right. So we did the Harley Quinns. We did. All right. So let's do. We got a couple reading copies of some Amazing Spider-Mans. So let's play. Hopefully gets. Oh, dude, Gary. All right, man. Black 7. All right. So the Demon. Okay. This is the final issue of Jack Kirby's Demon series, issue 16. This is the what is referred to as the BDSM cover, because again, you don't get to call bondage covers when it's women in bondage. You should be able to call all bondage covers, even if it's a male demon. All right. So this is, in my opinion, a bondage cover. All right. I'm pretty sure I dated a girl who put me in this thing. Okay. All right. So it is a fine plus at $15. Bondage submission. Yeah. Bondage submission. Yeah. Because bondage dominate submission. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Like bondage.
It's not that.
Well, don't type in BDSM in a Google search.
Statistical manual of mental health is not.
Trust me.
Now we're looking at
Yeah. Don't type that in there. All right. All right. So we got a couple Amazing Spider-Mans up here. So first up is Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 10, the first appearance of the third. Yeah, that's right, guys. There have been 3 human flies. I'm pretty sure this one is the guy who will later turn into an actual fly and have some really horrific, memorable scenes in Rick Remender's Punisher book when the Hood kind of got, but anyway, he used to be a human and then he became less sexy Jeff Goldblum. But this is Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 10. It is a good plus copy at $5. And now you want another first appearance of a D-list. No, not even a D-list. A Q-list. No. I don't want to say anything with Q because then like the internet will go crazy. It is a Z-list villain, the Grizzly. Amazing Spider-Man 139 is a low-grade copy of the first appearance of the Grizzly, who is pretty much, they were like, yo, the Rhino is cool. Let's do the same character, except instead of he's stuck in a Rhino suit, he's stuck in a Grizzly suit. So, Elias, how many human flies have existed in Marvel continuity? I think the first human fly was the stunt driver, right? He's the human fly who I can't even give away his comic books. He's in the red suit and stuff like that. Best Grizzly appearance of that Amazing Spider-Man issue with Colbert. That's good. All right. Jason, don't worry. You'll get your annual. All right. So anyway, yeah. So there's the first appearance of Grizzly. All right. There's 3 of them. Okay. Man, I'm pretty sure we can get an Elias versus Mike. Get a little Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn over here. Yeah.
Yelling at each other.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying anything but yelling at each other.
No, man, I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
Where are you going?
Yeah, I've always said we should turn this into no different than professional wrestling. Yeah.
What were you doing?
She was just checking to see. She wants to be close to you, Jason.
This is so weird.
Jason was so put out because Parker was like, "Can I lay underneath?" And Jason's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like,
room here? I'm like, I don't know.
"She's like, I like to smell your chair farts." You know, what's wrong with that? Yeah, I know. We all noticed. I noticed. Parker noticed. Yeah, look at her. The best is when she farts. It's so funny because she just lets it rip. It's so hilarious. Or the best is sometimes like she'll lay down and all you hear is. It's like, okay.
She looked at me like, what the hell was that? I'm like, relax. You do it all the time.
Dude, if you fart around her, she will shove her nose up your butt.
She looked at me like, yo, what was that?
Mhm.
Oh, stop.
Are you still trying to work through that barbecue from the DC area? Yeah. All right. Next up, we have Amazing Spider-Man 167. Now, this is another sort of a key if you like really crappy villains. Issue 167 is the 167. Yeah, 167. It's the first appearance of Willow the Wisp. Does anyone remember Willow the Wisp? Yeah. Dude, he's such a goofy. Yeah, the blonde hair, the weird green leotard thing. Yes, Stegron. Yeah. But it is also the first appearance of Barton Hamilton, who was Harry Osborn's psychiatrist, who will later become the third Green Goblin. This is a VG at $6. Speaking of the third Green Goblin, boom. There you go. Amazing Spider-Man 177, a VG plus at $8. This is the period where Barton Hamilton, what a fake name, the psychiatrist, it becomes the Green Goblin for like 3 or 4 issues, and then I think he gets killed. And then this is the retelling of the Spider-Man origin, the pain and the power. It's a pretty cool cover, actually. Trying to think who drew it. This is Amazing Spider-Man 181. It's a VG plus at $8. So Elias, are you saying, okay, because Elias, I don't know how many times you've watched this show before, but Gary, and especially when Al was here, we used to have some great arguments about like favorite rogues galleries and stuff like that. And a few of us went Spider-Man rogues gallery. Obviously, I think Batman's rogues was one of the bigger ones, the Flash rogues. We figured out some characters don't really have a good rogues gallery. Yeah.
Batman's rogues are fleshed out. Spider-Man's are like, here's a character with the
But they're fun.
suit.
But they're fun. No, they're so much fun. Hello, Big Wheel is part of the Spider-Man rogues.
It's the Marvel. Let's just make
No,
it
stop.
and
All right.
sell it.
First of all, you can't argue that at least the early Ditko era Spider-Man villains.
They're hashed out.
Okay.
They're
No, but that's like, if you're gonna argue between who has the better rogues, you take the early Batman rogues and you take the Ditko era Spider-Man rogues. Like at that point, there's no right or wrong answer.
No, you're right,
They're
you're right.
brilliant. And the Ditko designs of those original characters, to this day, you still can't make a better design of Dr. Octopus or Sandman or Mysterio or Kraven or any, like, I mean, they were just such great designs. And the cool thing is they each, in the same way that the Batman rogues represent different aspects of Batman's broken mental health, all of the early Ditko era Spider-Man villains are all representative of different Peter's different sort of roles and authority figures, but with animal totems. Like it's so clever. Yes, Dave.
Just to add to what you said, don't forget the great abundance from J. Jonah Jameson.
Yes.
Personally being involved in hiring people to go after Spider-Man.
You could probably make the argument next to the Green Goblin, because obviously the Green Goblin has done some terrible things to Peter. Peter's greatest arch nemesis is J. Jonah Jameson. Yeah. Just
He's asking for help in that book too.
Gary, man, you and me, buddy. Yeah. When we agree, Gary, we like really agree. And when we disagree, we really disagree.
They hate each other.
Fred, Ross Andrew, that was this era stuff, right? I'm pretty sure if Zanin is also giving you the thumbs up, that's probably like, because that's a favorite era for Zanin as well and stuff like that. That Ross Andrew kind of stuff. Cool. Hey Kyle, 6:30. Is that another break? I'm pretty sure. If Kyle's Kyle
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What?
Yes, sir. 6:30.
6:30. All right. So Kyle, how about you want to take a break now, and when we come back, we'll do some more books.
All right. If you're keeping track, the Eli Mannings have defeated the Peyton Mannings.
I couldn't care less.
I'm happy about that because Eli
No. There is a very important game that isn't happening today. It is happening a week from today. A very important game. And we'll talk about that on the other side.
The other big takeaway is that bucket hats are back.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that across America there are over 2, maybe even 3 live stream producers who can't even afford Mountain Dew? Take Brian here. Brian has gone 2 weeks without a sip of Red Bull. If it goes on much longer, he may take a shower and get a real job. Situations like this are as tragic as they are preventable. Join the experience on YouTube and gain access to special emojis and members-only streams. For less than a cup of coffee, you can keep socially awkward hermit people working from their parents' basements where they belong. Scan the QR code on the screen to join. You'll be glad you did.
Go follow the experience on TikTok at @the_EXP1 or scan the QR code on the screen. Our TikTok is like everywhere else we are, except you only have to deal with us for a minute. Seems like a win-win to me.
You just finished the last episode of your favorite new show, and you just have to talk about it. But all your friends are ghosting you because of that incident last week at the buffet. Oh, you know the one. What you did to that chowder. Ugh. Keeps me up at night. So what do? Join writer Dan Wickline as he breaks down all your favorite pop culture media. Whether it's a review of the latest nerdy TV show or a dive back into the history of your favorite comic characters, Dan's ready to discuss all the hottest topics live. Join the conversation as Dan live streams Tuesday through Thursday at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. The Dan Wickline Show on The Experience, comic culture and sales.
What's up? It's the word man, Gary Lime. That's Dave Proch. You're checking out Fatjack's Comicrypt on The Experience now.
All right, welcome back. Here we go. Also, if you Gary made a good comment about this Spider-Man Rogue Gallery. If you live in NYC, every Spidey D villain reminds you of someone you've seen in the city. It's true. It's true. I'm pretty sure I've seen Rocket Racer on the subway with a boombox. All right. Hey, for anyone who's still watching, thank you. I joke often. I don't know why anyone watches, but you know, I appreciate it. Fatjack appreciates the support and the love, and all that kind of stuff. So, all right. So we have a little bit of time left before we run out on this show. The one thing Nah. We'll talk about that another time. Yeah. Well,
We'll talk about that time.
I don't want to speak for Fatjacks, but
However,
I'm not doing a show next week. And if you don't know why, you haven't been paying attention.
or you don't know the shop.
Yeah, because it's a little team, a little.
The Chiefs.
Yeah. We're all Kansas City fans here. You rooting for Kansas City? Good. All right.
Get out.
He wanted the Giants to win.
Get out.
No, I'm kidding. Come on.
I mean, what do you mean you read?
No. He was Mike was he was like, "Hey man, I wouldn't get too excited about the Eagles. The Giants are playing pretty well, man. I think the Giants are gonna like." I'm like, "What are you talking about? No." When's Eli Manning gonna show up again? No, Giants don't have a chance. Mike's like, hey man, you're being a little too
Hey, relax here, bud. Relax.
you're getting a little too excited there. 38-7 later. Hey now.
I did not bank on them doing what they did.
Oh, you
I
mean
thought that they were going to win.
shite in the bed?
But I really thought that the Giants had a similar offense and defense scheme.
And they, no. They had their ass handed to them so bad that their players can't stop talking about the Eagles since.
Yeah.
Julian Love, F you. Yeah.
His mom
As
come to the stadium.
No, that was Derek Lawrence. No, that was
Yeah.
no.
She was going to be the chunky soup lady.
She's the chunky soup lady. Yeah.
Like, what's his name response? Yeah, I would have brought my mom to the stadium.
So, at what point is someone going to put a Kels jersey, Kansas City, on the Rocky statue so that they lose for sure?
Well, actually, it's funny you say that. All right. Okay, so during the Kelsey podcast, where Travis was like, Chiefs fans, don't do it. Jason Kelsey said something I thought was kind of astute. He was like, I don't know, man, I got a theory. He's like, I'm pretty sure it's Eagles fans that are putting those jerseys on those Rocky statues just to kind of get people riled up. Now, it's a fun theory, except for one drawback to that. We know for a fact that the opposing team puts the jersey on because immediately after putting the jersey on the Rocky statue, they all take selfies. Just go look at any social media thing. It's the first thing they all do. So, yeah, the Patriots did it. They got destroyed 5 years ago. You know, the Vikings did it. They got destroyed 5 years ago. The Giants did it this year. They got destroyed. The Niners did it. They got destroyed. And somebody, they haven't put an actual Kelsey jersey up yet, but somebody did put a ratty red T-shirt, and it just, a Sharpie marker, it just says, let's go Chiefs. Philly, baby, I love you. God, I love this city so much. Oh, even the things I don't like about it, I secretly love. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God, Gary. Yes. That's what it is. All right, Mr. Preston. Yes, we do have, because we are still trying to sell some comics. We do have a Super Friends #1. All right, so let's take a look at that real quick. All right. So Super Friends #1. It is okay. This is one of all right. For anyone who works at Fatjack's in the future. Or now, but I don't think people are going to change. Lucas, if you're still watching, Elias, if you somehow slide into the Fatjack's family, anyone who does grading, and I recommend this to anybody who works at a comic book store and does grading. When you price the book, also note and write down on the price tag somewhere what you graded it at. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Because like there are times where like I look at that book and it's $7. But I don't know what its grade is. I didn't grade it. Nobody wrote the grade down. So I'm hoping the $7 is a fair price. And if someone in the chat goes, oh, well, what's the grade? I'm going to sit here and go, I don't know.
That's a good question.
So, because again, you'll always know which books I graded because they always have the grade written with Sharpie marker. Now, Mike's good at like, and even when Mike doesn't like Fatjack Mike, like not, but even when he doesn't write the grade, because Mike's been doing this for 50 years, and he's like, I don't need to listen to you tell me what I'm supposed to do. At least I always like, I know when I say the price, whatever he graded it at, he can back it up, no problem. There have been a couple books. Fred, what is it?
I don't know. Minus or I don't know plus. Good point. Good. Yes.
I love you, Fred. I love you, man.
This is a Super Friends. I don't know. Minus or plus.
Show me them quarters. You got it, Elias. You got it. How about this? Yo, CGC, if you're watching,
Tell us how you grade.
if you cut out a Marvel value stamp, that affects the grade. And if you're not going to affect the grade, if a Marvel value stamp is missing, then you better note on the book that it's missing. This whole, like, what are you thinking? What are you doing? Like, when they put out their guidelines from, what was it, this past spring? Their new updated guidelines? Dude, Experience, I hope you're not in business with CGC. Because I disagree with your business practices. Yeah. Or prestige or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, Super Friends #1 at $7. It looks like it's probably a VG. It looks like it's in a, yeah. It looks kind of low grade-ish. Yeah, it's loved. It's well loved. Yeah. You know. But hey, it's Super Friends #1. That's cool. We also have Suicide Squad #1. But it's a fine minus, which is why it's only $15, not $50. We have a Marvel Treasury edition of Conan the Barbarian, #15. It reprints the Barry Windsor Smith era Conan and Red Sonja stories. It is a good copy, so it can be yours for only $5. It does have a tear on the back cover, so that's probably the big hit. Big old back cover tears, as they call them in the industry. CBCS, yeah, it's one of the competitors. What if #6, a VG for $5? What if the Fantastic Four had different superpowers? All right, here we go. Another senses-shattering novel-length action epic demanded by your letters. The fabulous new FF, Mandroid, Big Brain, and the dynamic, deadly Ultra Woman and Dragonfly. All right. Okay. Oh, Preston, you're grabbing the Super Friends. All right. Where did I put it? There it is. Meanwhile. That's so good. Oh, Gary, you're claiming the Conan. All right, buddy.
You know that saying, any organization that'll have me, I wouldn't want to be part of?
Say that again?
You know that saying, any organization that'll have me, I wouldn't want to be part of?
Oh, yeah, that's in my entire life.
That's how I feel about comic book grading companies. CBCS will let me witness my own signatures. So, that might be a knock against them, but CGC is not going to tell you if you're missing a Marvel stamp. It's a knock against them.
Okay.
Seems like a little bit sketchy either way.
Okay. I don't want to get into a big thing about it, but I have a lot of issues with no, I'm not going to go there. There are people who watch. No. Like, I'll just say this.
I've a lot of great books, and I will go there with you.
I've seen how, again, someone came in today and they were talking about how it took them a year and a half to get their book back from CGC, and in that year and a half, he had got it cleaned and pressed, and they waited so long to take it out of the box that it got like some kind of they bent the book. They did something to the book, and so yeah. And he said to me, he goes, I don't understand. What was I supposed to do? And I told him, I was like, pay them off and bribe them, and you can move up in the line.
But at the same time, I was at a show in Baltimore, and some guy brought 7 of the first Punishers, and they rated from like 7.5 to 6.5. And he's
bullshit.
He's like, what's the difference? I'm like, dude, you brought 8 in.
Don't forget,
Like, it's such an arbitrary.
we sold on the show the infamous story. There's a few times that this has happened, but this is the one I remember the most because it was we sold a Dark Knight Returns #1, and I had it graded around like an 8.5. Now again, I admit I learned from Mike, so I'm a little harsher than some people. Okay, that's fine, but it was an 8.5. This customer sends it out to get graded. It comes back 9.6. What's the difference?
At that point, it's not. If you got an obvious thing, obvious marks, obvious color calibrates fine. Some pages missing, of course.
Yeah.
But a new book right now, difference between a 9.8, 9.6, 9.0.
It's crazy.
All the same at
No,
that point.
it's insane. It's insane. All right. But anyway, all right. So
But I think,
moving on.
Uh-oh.
Yes, Dave.
Uh-oh.
One of the things I've learned about is that they consider flipping the pages. You can leave a kind of imprint with the page,
Okay.
Yeah.
and it's a kind of wave, and the page is no longer as fresh as it was,
Oh,
which
stop.
affects. I'm being
I know, but
completely serious.
stop.
And
Thanks,
proof
Fred.
That it affects the grading on the book.
Yeah.
Now I'm going, well, how do you change the page without changing the page?
You don't open the book and still stop.
All right. Real quick, because we got about 10, 15 minutes left. So I just want to say if anyone is joining us a little late to the party, we have a giveaway tonight, and it is the first 2 issues of the 1980s satirical cop show, Sledgehammer. And if you are interested in possibly winning the only 2 issues of this series that exists, all you have to do in the chat is type #HammerTime. All right. So moving on. All right, let me see if I can burn through the rest of these. Now, again, most of the rest of these Marvel books, they're all pretty much like reader copies and stuff like that. So I'm not going to get too big into the weeds here. First up, we have Daredevil number 81. This is when Daredevil and Black Widow team up. This is the beginning of them, being in the book together. There is a half of the front page is not attached. So like literally from like here to here, the cover is just not attached, which is why this $80 book is graded at a good minus for only $6. And then speaking of great Ditko design of the awesome Spider-Man Rogue Gallery, here we have Daredevil fighting Scorpion. This is Daredevil number 82. This is a VG Plus at $10. And then we have Daredevil. Now, this is issue 92. This is the beginning of when Black Widow actually, her name gets put on the title. So even though up until this issue, she's already been in the Daredevil book constantly, this is the first issue where they actually rename the title Daredevil and the Black Widow. So this is issue 92. It is a VG at $8. And then we have issue 137 of Daredevil. It's a VG Plus of $8, and it's the Jester's Steel Jaws Spell Death. All right. And then we have a very low-grade copy of Uncanny X-Men 134. That's a good. It's priced at $10. And then we have a fun Marvel 2-in-1 King Size Annual number 1, guest starring the Liberty Legion. That is a VG minus at $6. And then we have Marvel 2-in-1 presents The Thing versus Deathlock. This is Marvel 2-in-1 number 27. That's a VG plus at $4. And then we have Marvel 2-in-1 issue number 39. This is where the Thing teams up with the Vision. See you, Duke. Have a good one, buddy. This is a VG Plus at $3. And then we have a few Iron Man books here. So let's go through these real quick. This is Iron Man 104. That's a fine minus at $6. Okay, so Amanda, you're grabbing Marvel 2-in-1 number 27, The Thing in Deathlock. I got you. All right. Back to the Iron Mans. Right. Yep. All right, good. All right, so Iron Man 105. That is a VG plus at $5. Iron Man 107 VG plus $5. Iron Man 110. It's a fine minus at $6. Iron Man 111. That is a VG minus at $4. And now we move to Avengers. Avengers 136. This is a VG at $6. And then we have Avengers 150, the end of the, as Zanin said, it is Steve Englehart's swan song on the title. It's a VG minus at $6. And then we have Avengers 154, the first appearance of a bunch of Atuma's flunkies. I didn't even want to write their names down because who cares? This is a VG minus at $4. Avengers 156. This is a good, very low grade. 250. Mr. Preston, yes, but if John McClane didn't come in and take you up on it, I'm going to assume that. So John, are you thanking him for the offer, or are you thanking him because you're going to take him up on the offer? So let me know while I do Avengers 167. This is a good copy at $250, and this is the first time the Guardians of the Galaxy and the Avengers meet. And now we have Giant Size Dracula number 4, VG minus at $5. Okay, so John, you are going to take it. All right, so let me move that real quick. There we go. All right, and now we have the last two books. One of the greatest comic book jokes of all time, Giant Size Man Thing number 4 by Steve Gerber and Frank Brunner. This is the first Howard the Duck solo story. Also, it is the first appearance of Garko the Man Frog. It is a good copy at $7, primarily because there is a 2-inch to 3-inch tear on the back cover. So, Gary's taking the Giant Size Dracula, right? Did I get that right? Yep. Gary's getting, yep. All right, there we go. Working. And last but certainly not least, The Power of Warlock, issue number 2, VG minus at $8. There you go. All right, what time is it? All right, it's
8 minutes.
That Giant Size Man thing is kind of beat. Yeah, there you go, Fred. All right, real quick. Actually, how about this? I have something I need to talk about before the show is over. I gotta give some news. I'm not super excited to share, but I was thinking of maybe holding it back. But the rumors are already starting, so I might as well broach the subject. But before we do that, because I don't want to bring the party down, this is your last chance. If you want to get in on this giveaway, do hashtag Hammer Time right now, because we're gonna count to 10, or I'm gonna count down. So this is your last chance. Hashtag Hammer Time to get into the running. All right, 10. All right, so we're giving one more second. All right, so Black 7's in. All right, what? A little bit. One more. Nobody else. Going once. Going twice. All right, Kyle. Spin that wheel. All right, Zanin. Okay, my buddy Zanin. You think that this is rigged? All right, cool. Really appreciate it, everybody. Thank you so much. Again, thank you so much for supporting Fatjacks, supporting Mike, all that kind of stuff. Again, I don't know how to broach this subject, because again, I don't think it's that important. But I should at least acknowledge it. So I'm leaving Fatjacks in the beginning of March. So probably the last week or two in March is my final time here. So in regards to the show, obviously we're not doing the show next Sunday, or at least I'm not doing the show next Sunday because of the Super Bowl. Obviously, Mike or anybody else at Fatjack's could run one if they want to. But if I'm allowed to see this to the end, or it looks like I'm going to do 3 more shows. So it's going to be the end of Brendan Trinity, or so it looks like probably most likely my last show will be Sunday, March 5th. So we'll do a show Sunday the 19th, the 26th of February, and then March 5th. So those will be my last 3 shows. And then I'm moving on to I don't know. It's time. Again, it feels so dumb even talking about it, because it's just like, who cares? It's just like I'm just a random hourly employee, but Fatjack's is very important to me. Some of my my best friends and relationships have been born from this place and all that kind of stuff. And again, that doesn't mean I'm disappearing or anything like that. Obviously I'd love to see everybody and everything like that, and all that kind of stuff. But it's time. I'm at a point now where if I don't get back to my art, I might never ever do it again. So all that kind of stuff. It sounds so stupid even bringing this up, but it's just, it's the rumors are starting. Henry's starting to tell everybody. So I figure, especially moving in with Al. We're starting a podcast. Yeah. So I, and again, I want to give give the experience a heads up, because the experience has a lot of interesting things coming up in the next couple months. They're getting close to their 1,500 subscribers. There's some rumors in the mix for maybe some big giveaways or some big items to celebrate. The growth of the experience. So be on the lookout for that. That's going to be cool. The Lobster Hunters of Maine. You know what? Actually, yeah, that would be cool. I would enjoy that. But again, this isn't the last show. We got 3 more, so we'll figure something out. We'll do something. It'll be fun, and then obviously, the Fatjack show will continue, probably, and all that kind of stuff, and somebody else will, who knows, maybe it'll be Lucas and Elias, maybe the Cosmic Panel will become, who knows, man. So it's time for a young generation, who actually keep up with some of the recent books. A customer came in and wanted to know who the 2 kids were in Action Comics, and I was like, I have no idea. And Lucas jumped in and he knew, and I was like, yeah, ask him. That was like a moment where I realized, I was like, oh no, I've become Eric. Like when I started working here and Eric didn't know anything that was going on in any of the books or anything like that. But anyway, so I will be back on the show on what is that, the 19th? Yeah. So again, like I said, for anyone who's outside of the Philadelphia area and doesn't understand why I won't be here next Sunday, it's because Jason, myself, and the city of Philadelphia has trust me, if anyone follows the Fatjack's Instagram, which I will, I'm still running until at least the beginning of March. If Jason and Mr. Oz and me and whoever go out onto Broad Street, if the Eagles win the Super Bowl, you better believe, tune into the Instagram, because the live video is going to be fierce.
I have to cross
Yes.
Next week.
Well, either way, man, we're gonna have good times, man. So I hope everyone enjoys the Super Bowl. Because if you enjoy the Super Bowl, then that probably means that we'll enjoy the Super Bowl. And then when we come back the following week, so in 2 weeks from tonight, it'll be the first of the last 3 shows with this jackass. So don't look forward to it. All right. With that said, everybody, have a wonderful week. Take care of yourselves. Be well. Tell your loved ones you love them. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. And more importantly, the thing that needs to be said over and over and over again. Go Birds! Yeah! Eagles!
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.